The centre of gravity is seen throughout the world today without us even realising, from vehicles to natural wonders and to sports. Hopefully by the end of this video we will be able to understand the term centre of gravity, recognise the factors that affect an object's centre of gravity, and find out just how the centre of gravity effect works on an irregular object like the human body. The idea of an object having a centre of gravity originated from a man named Archimedes. He was born in Greece around 290 BC and is renowned for a wide range of scientific discoveries, including the centre of gravity. Archimedes is also responsible for the 4 laws of levers. These 4 laws provide us with various rules as to when equilibrium, balance, will and won't be achieved. Equal weights suspended at equal distances are in equilibrium. Equal weights suspended at unequal distances are not in equilibrium, but incline towards the weight suspended at a greater distance from the fulcrum. If, when weights at certain distances are in equilibrium, something is added to one of the weights, they are not in equilibrium, but incline towards that to which the addition was made. Similarly, if anything is taken away from one of the weights, they are not in equilibrium, but incline towards the weight from which nothing was taken. When equal and similar plane figures coincide when applied to one another, their centres of gravity similarly coincide. The centre of gravity is defined as the point of an object where the entire weight is concentrated. It is the point where the object will balance. In simple geometrical shapes, the object's centre of gravity is located in the middle. This point is also considered to be where the object's weight acts as a whole. When an object is a non-uniform shape, the centre of gravity's position will be affected. The stability of an object depends on the position of the centre of gravity and the size of the object's base. As long as the centre of gravity does not fall out of its base support, it will remain stable. Because this shape has such a small base support, its centre of gravity can easily shift one way or another, unbalancing the object. The object will only come to balance when the clockwise weight movement on one side of the object is equal to the anti-clockwise weight movement on the other side. The smaller the base of support, the more accurate these two forces must be. An example of this can be seen in a real-life phenomenon called iceberg flipping. Part of the iceberg melts, making one side of the iceberg heavier than the other, and upsetting its balance. As one side becomes heavier, the centre of gravity shifts, and the iceberg becomes unbalanced, tipping to one side and flipping. The average human's centre of gravity while in a standing position is located 3 centimeters below the navel. From this picture we can see that the base of support is still quite small, but wide enough to maintain balance. If the person was to tilt the top half of their body to one side, their centre of gravity would be pulled away from the base of support. This would unbalance the person. Here is an example. When the person stands normally, their centre of gravity is again just below the navel. When this person is pushed, the high centre of gravity easily falls outside the base of support. This causes the person to become unbalanced. Now compare this with the same situation, but instead the person is standing lower to the ground and the legs are spread wider. What this achieves is the stabilisation of the centre of gravity by bringing it closer to its base of support, and by widening the base of support, the centre of gravity has more room to move without becoming unbalanced. Lowering the centre of gravity and widening the base of support can be implemented into a wide range of sports. In this example, the defensive player in basketball is using the standing stance and trying to defend against an opposing player with the ball. Since the defending player's centre of gravity is high, and his legs are not spread, he is easily unbalanced and finds it difficult to obtain the ball. When the defending player widens his stance and lowers his centre of gravity, he is able to move with a lot more ease and agility. The lowering of the centre of gravity and widening of his stance gives the centre of gravity a lot more room to move around in. This allows him to maneuver more quickly without becoming unbalanced. Hopefully from this video you have learned how to apply your center of gravity into sport and improve your gameplay. Thanks for watching.